Thanks for coming, everybody. In the next 5 hours, the next 25 minutes, we're going to talk about best practices in onboarding and how we can enrich employee engagement. So, my objective today is to make advocates for onboarding, that you spend the time and the energy and the resources to do it right. So at the end, I'm going to have you raise your hands. Anyone watch Wheel of Fortune? You ready? Vanna, come on. I'm sorry. Let's go. You have to guess this. It always gets like a quiet lull in the audience. Your bar. Come on. Quiet, quiet. Tick tock, tick tock. Yes? Go. All right. And that's what onboarding is all about. And we're going to learn today, not from books, but from horror stories and real life situations that, of course, none of you have experienced. So, here's a message from one of my favorite movies. Tell me if you know what it is. It's as good as it gets, right? And the onboarding process and the impression you make to your company and the people that you're hiring never gets any better than after they start. It starts with the recruiting process. So for example, if you're dating somebody, and let's say it's a man and a woman, and the man doesn't open the car door, he ain't going to do it after you get married. It's as good as it gets before. If you as an organization are late to meetings, if you don't respond timely to the candidates coming in, you're not going to get any better. Right now, 80+% of the people in the workforce today are ready to change jobs. And that there's a talent war out there. And if you don't treat them right, it's as good as it gets. You don't get a second chance. All right, 33%. Anyone know what that means? Within the first 30 days, they decide to stay or leave. 83% expect to meet their coworkers the first day. Interesting. 89% want to meet their manager the first day. Does that always happen? Think about your onboarding experiences. Of course, they've all been great, right? 70% decide to stay or leave in the first 6 months. And 23% new hires turn over within 1 year. It's that first impression you make. It doesn't get any better. When you lose somebody, now there's different ranges of different studies, but when you lose somebody, the cost of turnover is between 1 and 3 times your annual compensation. That's a lot. When you add that up, that's a major impact on the bottom line. Now, on a positive note, you can improve the retention rate by 82% with the right onboarding process. You can improve the productivity of the employee. So the acculturation of the time an employee starts with the company to he or she can be productive can improve 82% more than somebody that doesn't go a good onboarding process. And if you do engagement surveys and client satisfaction surveys, you'll have a higher 20% rating of the manager. There's a book out called How Do You Work for a Jerk? It's all about working for somebody that isn't very good. People join companies, they leave bosses. The major silver bullet for improving employee engagement is you got to have strong middle management and strong supervision. So that's really critical.